On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Mom was in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, loamy salmon on the ice. We eat and drink and we sing all day. Kanika pila in the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. We go grandma's house on the weekend, clean yard, 'cause if we don't go, grandma gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she like the poi real sour. I love my grandma every minute, every hour. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Sing along, everybody. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Island style.
I love
Island
it.
style.
Thank you. We actually recorded that for our video that's going to be shown at our birthday, where you guys are going to all get to lip sync. So
We
I'm not
have such
exactly
great
sure
plans
I'm not
for the
exactly sure
future,
how it's
don't
going to
we?
come together yet, but Melissa Mojo knows anyway.
She's
so-
online right now.
Okay. Thank you, Jeremy. And
So
Amy.
aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
It's nice you're filling in the centers there. All of a sudden I looked at it and go, there's a hole in the middle of the center. Now you guys are filling it in, filling it in. I am Reverend Patrick, and this is Rev Rita.
Welcome to everyone online.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And who's that over there, that wonderful singing duet?
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Jeremy and Amy.
All right, so before we start, well, we are starting, and we're going to start with a moment of silence for peace. And so
Yeah,
I will
just
light the
take a
peace
moment.
candle first, yes.
Just take a moment to center in our hearts and know that peace begins right where we are in this exact moment, the only place right here where we are.
And so peace is.
So it is.
Thank you, everyone, for taking that moment. Welcome again to CSL Kauai. Welcome again to everyone online. And what are we doing when we do that, when we take that moment? What we're doing is knowing something that is already there. That's what we do in the science of mind and spirit. We don't beg for it or ask for it. We recognize it and reveal it. So as we reveal the good within ourselves, that life force, that love, that intelligence, that peace, then it has to outpicture in the world, because that's what it works, how it works. We're magnets, and we magnetize it back toward us, and we also magnify the world by keeping that beautiful consciousness. So thank you for joining us in that, and thank you for making that your life to do that. So aloha. Yeah. Peace.
And who is here for the first time? Anybody dare to want to? There you go. Welcome, welcome. Don't worry, there's no big thing. We're not going to get you up here and do all of that stuff. But
He says, darn it.
but we do have a small, little, tiny dance routine we'd like you to do. I'm kidding. He's maybe. So we have something that we found out about you, and we just wanted to share it with you since we all know it. We just wanted to let you know we know now, so we're going to let you know that we know. You ready? Oh yeah. Get ready. Just fasten your seatbelt. You ready?
You are magnificent.
Yes, you are. You are magnificent.
He already knew. Yes.
And I know I can read minds.
There's someone in the back to Snoop.
Right here.
All right, let's just let her
There you
know
go.
too. You ready?
Okay, let's let her know too. Ready?
You are magnificent. Thank you.
There we go. She truly, for those of you online, she truly just accepted it, just like he did. He just said, as long as that's all you know about me, I'm happy about that. And so all I know is that we know that about you because we found that out about ourselves first. Isn't that correct? So we knew that we're magnificent.
Shall we say it? Can we say it?
We can, but I'm going to introduce some of the people online. But you go ahead.
No,
no, Rita. No, Rita.
We've been like
No,
this all
Rita.
morning.
We've been like
If you
this
don't
all
know,
morning,
we're
but
married.
we're not
you
supposed to
say
do it live. All right, ready? Let's all put our hands on our heart. And people online, please put your hands on your heart and know that you are magnificent. You ready? You are magnificent. I am magnificent. We are magnificent. And I am confused. There we go.
Don't affirm that. Okay.
So just alignment. That's all coffee, man. I just want you to know it's all coffee. Where are we?
We
So-
are talking to each other.
I think we should just let somebody know. Let me know that I'm magnificent. Krista, can you let me know who I am? Thank you. You're magnificent. Everybody,
You are
talk to each other.
Talk to each other.
Let me gain myself here.
You're magnificent.
Woo. Thank you. All right. Oh my gosh, aren't you happy we all got that done? And just for the people that are here for the first time, this happens just like this all the time. So this isn't anything new. You ready for our opening song, you magnificent people over here? You ready?
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I was somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Oh, I can't I wish upon a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops. High above the chimney top, that's where you're gonna find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Oh, why can't I see trees of green, and I see red roses too, and I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, and I see clouds of white, and the brightness of day. I like the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
And it is indeed a wonderful world as we've come together today to just bathe in our magnificence, to bathe in that love, to bathe in that light, to take that moment to remember beyond everything, there is that inner light, that inner power that we call God, we call good, that needs no name because it's all named. Everything, seen, unseen, is this thing that we call life, that we've come together today to celebrate, that we've come together to remember that we have to look for nothing. There is nothing to seek. The seek is over now. We have found who and what we are, and that is power, that is love. And from that place of love, all things are possible. From that place of love, there is nothing more to be said. There is only something to be felt, something to be shared. And that's when we come together today as community to remember that, to share that, and not to keep it in this room or just on that live stream, but to actually take it out into our lives as our life. And with that, I am truly grateful. Grateful to know that I have the power, the authority to speak this word, because of who and what I am, because of who and what each and every one of us are in every divine moment. Whew. Does it get better than that? Yes. Yes. And with that, I just say thank you. I release it. I let it go. As together we affirm as one. And so it is.
Someday I wish upon a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drop. High above the chimney top, that's where you're gonna find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Oh, why can't
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Mahalo.
Yay.
Mahalo.
All right. So just continuing in this beautiful spirit, we will have Reverend Diane Decker come up and lead us in meditation and treatment. Thank you.
Good morning. Aloha, everyone. Let's just take a moment and take a breath together. And I've brought a quote from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, to share with you for your time of contemplation. And then we'll be in the silence for a few moments to consider that. There are no gods to say us nay, for we are the life we live. There are no gods to say us nay, for we are the life we live. Enjoy your time of quiet contemplation. There are no gods to say us nay, for we are the life we live. And so in this moment, I remember that I am the life I live, that I am immersed in, surrounded by, embodying the divine flow of God as me. And so as I move in and through the world, I remember this truth, that God is everywhere present. God is in and through all life, that God is. God is. And as I open myself to remember this truth, I know that if God is all there is, then it must be right where I am. Moving in and through me, I open myself as a divine conduit and allow it out into the world. And so in this moment, I speak this word for all of us gathered here today, knowing that each one of us, too, is a divine conduit, opening ourselves to allow it to express through us in the most wonderful ways. It moves through us as right livelihood. It moves through us as peace. It moves through us as wisdom. It moves through us as love. It moves through us as abundance. It moves through us as divine energy and healing in the body temple. It is what we are. And so in this moment, I am grounded in this truth. I am remembering this about all of life, that the power of the presence and the love of God is right where we are. We choose to step into it. We choose to make our own day. We choose to live the life we live. And so each one of us is divinely guided, guarded, and protected at all times to make the right choice for each moment of each day. Knowing that this is true about all of us and all of creation, we allow this divine energy to flow out into the world and heal. Heal. We are healed in this moment. Every muscle, tissue, and fiber of our body responds to this word with gentleness and flow, with comfort and peace, with well-being and growth and expansion and renewal. This word flows through us into our world as needs met. Needs met. Before they even ask, it is given. And so in this moment, I call forth a greater flow, a greater divine spirit moving in and through each one of us as abundance. Cash, folks, cash to meet every need is available. And I am so blessed and grateful to remember this. Oh my God, this isn't some airy-fairy thing. It's the divine flow of good as each one of us. And so it just cracks me up sometimes. When I remember the truth that there's nothing I need, everything's already been given. Thinking about the divine flow of love in our lives as we meet new people, as we embrace those we love, as we go into our work relationships, I know that that presence of God is there too. Healing, past, present, and future, as we deal with the relationships in our lives in a way that is new and blessed. We make our day. We are the life we live. And it moves in and through us as peace in the world as well. As each of our own personal relationships is healed, it goes out in ever-widening circles of love and peace and joy. I'm so grateful to know that I am a healing presence on the planet, and each one of us is also. And so as we go out into the world today, we make the life we live. We get to choose to make our day, to see our day as a blessing, to see our lives as a blessing, to know that we make a difference in the world. And so we are on purpose today. We are on purpose in our lives, and we are making a difference in the world in such a magnificent way that Spirit absolutely says, yes. Oh, I see it. I know that it is true, that it is done, that it is fulfilled within each one of us now. And so I simply let go and allow the divine law to do its perfect work in me and in each one of us as we are gathered here today. And so if you are ready for your life to expand in amazing ways, if you are ready to choose the life that you live, if you are ready to say yes to this word I have spoken, please join me in closing this prayer with, and so it is. Mahalo.
I am perfection of grace. Please join us. I am perfection of grace. I am perfection of grace.
Perfection of peace.
I am perfection of peace. I am perfection of peace. I am perfection of peace. Kaua'i kapua. Makahikina aloha aloha
Perfection of love.
I am perfection of love. I am perfection of love. I am perfection of love.
We are perfection of love. Yes,
So
we are.
beautiful. Thank you. But I'll have what she's having.
Right? Me too.
Gold Kartash. I love it. Sometimes we just have to get real with it, guys. Oh, thank you, Reverend Diane. Okay, so go ahead, make my day. I practiced it. All right. In case you're too young to know who that was, that was Clint Eastwood in the movie. Oh gosh, I wrote it down. No, it wasn't Dirty Harry. It was Sudden Impact. And he said, "Go ahead, make my day." But actually, he did that before he was ready to obliterate somebody. And that was making his day. But apparently, it came from a man who got the story by credit for that film, and his name was Charles Pierce, whose father used to tell him as a child, "Just let me come home one more day without you mowing that lawn, son. Just go ahead, make my day." I guess he mowed the lawn after that. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I never knew that about that. Well, I never saw the film either, so I kind of don't watch films like that. So anyway, but I want to take it in another direction. Go ahead and make my day. And it's a lot about what Reverend Diane said in her treatment. And it's about releasing ourselves from so-called fate and destiny and taking the reins of our life and aligning with the universe. And when we do a spiritual mind treatment like the beautiful one she did, that's what we're doing. We're aligning with the universe, and we're telling the universe what it is that we want as our life. And sometimes it is cold, hard cash. That's okay. But we need the consciousness of that. And that's really what we treat for, is the consciousness of what it is that we want to manifest in our lives. Because if we don't have the consciousness of it, it will never come to us. Because we are, spirit makes things by becoming the thing it makes. Does that make sense? Spirit makes things by becoming the thing it makes. But everything starts in the heart and mind and then moves out into our experience. So I don't know if you're familiar with the author William James. James probably are, the author and philosopher and psychologist William James, who I found out was one of the people that inspired Joe Dispenza. And then when I went and looked at Joe Dispenza's quotes, and then I went and looked at William James's quotes, I felt like, oh my God, I'm just in the middle of quantum science, and this man was living his life in the early 1900s. Anyway, he said, the greatest revolution of our generation, and this was back in early 1900s, the greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing their inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. Science of mind. You know, there's nothing really new. I mean, Patrick and I were talking about this morning. I'm going, why aren't we getting it? We are getting it. And there's groups of us that are getting this idea that we can't manifest peace in the world until we change our attitude toward ourselves and toward each other and start living that peace. We can point our finger outward and say, oh, why don't they do it? But that's not the way it works. It works by starting from within and moving without. By changing the inner attitudes of our minds, we can change the aspects of our lives. So if we're like repeating the same thoughts over and over and over and over and over again, we're just going to get more of the same. And those thoughts are coming from our beliefs, right? So it's our beliefs that think us. So we have to go in there and we have to switch the belief. And sometimes we think we can't, but we can, because we're the ones that is thinking it. We're the ones that are believing it. And whether it was given to us as a child or just by our friends or just because of some aspect of our lives that we grew up with or experienced, we can still change it. And we have to change it if we want the world to be better for us and for each other and for everyone. And we already know that we're on a trajectory right now that's not a really good one as a whole global community. But it's up to us, one person at a time, to change that change the direction of that trajectory. I was listening to Marianne Williamson talk to Deepak Chopra this morning, just a little tidbit of her and him, and he said he was discouraged by the way the world was going, and he said he didn't believe in activism, political activism. He called it sacred activism, and he said there's a big difference. He said sacred activism is us not getting entangled with everything that's happening in the world and getting upset and trying to figure out how we're going to make it happen from this place of anger and, distrust and all of this. But then we're going to go within and we're going to start changing our lives, and we're going to practice sacred activism, which is going to allow us to go out into the world and do the things that are ours to do from a place of love and a place of peace. And I love that term, sacred activism. It just really rings true. And I think it's something to contemplate in our meditations and as we take what I say today into our lives, should we choose to. So Clint Eastwood said, go ahead, make my day. And I say to the universe, go ahead and make my day. That's where I'm going with this, because it's that intention that we have for our lives that's filled with power and filled with energy and filled with emotion that's making our day. But what's happening is we're putting that out. It's like our intention goes out, but it's the feeling that we have that brings it back to us. And that makes our day. So when we wake up in the morning, do we wake up and do we just get out of bed and just go, you know, whatever happens today, that's whatever happens today? Or do we get up with an intention to have the day that we want to have? Not outlining it like this is going to happen, this is going to happen, although you can do that, but more saying like, today I'm going to be in peace all day long. Today I'm going to love all day long. Today I'm going to be abundant all day long. And then look for it to show up. Look for that instead of the opposite, so that everything that you intend as you send that feeling out is coming back to you. And it might come back as you least expect it. Back as you least expect it. So I remember I thought of this song, this time in my life when you were singing that song, and I just want to tell you about it, because when you were singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because there was a time Patrick and I knew we wanted to have a ministry of our own, and we didn't know anything about this island, and we didn't know we were coming here. We didn't have any intention to come to Hawaii. We just knew we wanted a ministry of our own. And we were having a party because we had just finally gotten a house in Los Angeles, and we were like so excited. So we had our minister come over and give us a blessing, and everybody that we knew came over. It was like an open house to just help us celebrate this home. And we had a friend, Lori Donato, who was passed away a couple of years ago. She used to play the piano for us all the time when we sang. And she was there, and she was playing the piano. And all of a sudden, she started playing Somewhere Out Over the Rainbow. I didn't ask her to sing it. She just started playing it. And so she had not just put her fingers on the keys and started playing that song when everybody started screaming. And it was there was sun. It was sunny, and the sky was blue. There was a double rainbow over our house. I have pictures of it. If I had PowerPoint presentation, I'd show it to you. There was a double rainbow out of our house. Well, first it started a single rainbow, and then it went into a double rainbow. And the reason I'm telling you this story is the universe guides our lives. Whoa, yes, and revs us up. I don't know what that is, but anyway, the universe guides our lives even when we don't know it. You know what I mean? So if we step out of the way how things are going to happen, we'll see those things in our life come to us. Like that came that day. I still had no idea that that meant that I was going to Hawaii someday, but obviously it did mean that there was something in my heart, in Patrick's heart, that was already seeing that, because there is no time or space in the mind of God, of spirit, of life, right? And when we talk about God here, just for you new people, we talk about a principle that is within us that is greater than we are, in that it's all power, and we live that. We live it. We try to live that, or we work on living that as our life. So we're not talking to a man or a woman on the clouds. We're talking to our inner selves that expresses that. I just have to make that clear. Anyway, so I'm telling you that story just because it's inspiring, but it also just shows how the universe guides us, guides our lives, and does make our day. So I had a friend, I do still have a friend named Reverend Jonathan Zenz, who I used to go to treatment for very often when I was needing treatment from a practitioner. And he said, he used to go do his treatment, and then he'd go, "Get to work, God." I really like this, because one of the things one of the hardest things for us, at least what I found, and even for myself, is to let go and let the universe do the work, because the universe is what's doing the work. So when he would say, "Get to work, God," it was like, I'm getting my hands off this. I'm just going to walk with it as it's already happening. And God, universe, it's our word, so the same thing, is going to make it happen for me. So I used to do that when I would get on a horrible conversation that could be a horrible conversation with customer service for something or whatever. I'd do my little treatment before, and I'd go, "Get to work, God." And then what would happen is the conversation would unfold. All the right people would pick up the phone. Have you ever picked up a phone with customer service and tell them you're from Hawaii? And then all of a sudden everything changes and they're like, they can't even believe it, and they go on and tell you how it's on their bucket list. Anyway, I meet people like that all the time, and then I tell them, get it off your bucket list and get it into your life. Anyway, so it's about that idea of setting the intention and then living it and not being afraid to let go and let this power that's within us, that's greater than we are, greater than our finite self, that's breathing us, that's living us and expressing it to our highest level, and just letting go. If we could just do it for one day, I challenge you to let go for one day, to have your intention, to get up in the morning, if you're not already doing this, and say, this is how my day is going to be. This is how my day is. And then to get to work, God. Let it go. I challenge you to that. So I'm doing this meditation every morning, bless your day, and I came across this guy. Oh my God, he's got so many quotes. His name is Steve Maraboli, and he's a coach and great guy in the world of that. He's an author and works with businesses and everything. And he said, this new day has greeted us with no rules and unconditional opportunity. Do not dilute the power of this new day with the hardships of yesterday. Greet this day the way it has greeted you, with open arms and endless possibility. So that's the second part of this. You can't bring yesterday into today. You have to start new every day. Ernest Holmes used to say, we hold the chalkboard and the eraser and the chalk of our lives. Sometimes we got to do a lot of erasing. And we got to keep erasing. But then we got to put something there. And does that mean we have to bless all the things that happen to us? I think I said this last week. And let them go, and then erase them, and then take the wisdom from them and start writing a new life for ourselves. Start using that chalk. And then if we don't like what's showing up, we can always erase it again and then just write something new. That's what it is. We're evolving. We're not the same people today that we're going to be, 10 years from now, or even tomorrow, or were yesterday. We're evolving every single solitary day. So, make my day. Let the universe make your day. And I'm going to close with a quote by Ernest Holmes that I just love and I found. And it's from a book called Self-Reliance that he wrote. And I have never read that book. Have you? I've never read it, but it comes from that. And I read this to myself every day recently because I feel like it's so powerful as we are trying to move forward with our center into our new place that has to happen within the next 2.5 years, because we're gonna be growing out of this place. As soon as this COVID pandemic is over, I know already there's new people coming, and we're gonna grow. We are growing. So anyway, Ernest said this, and when the thought comes which says, I cannot, let's say, but God can, or universe can, if that works better for you. That within me, which is pure spirit, can and will. If the thought comes which says, but look at all these obstructions, let's say, God knows no obstruction. The spirit within me, my real self, knows no obstruction. And for every argument that denies you the good you feel belongs to your real self, see to it that you find an affirmation which counteracts it. So whatever it is that keeps creeping up into your mind, every time it comes, you need to have something that you need to rewire your brain, basically. So you need to have something that counteracts that, and stay with that affirmation until you feel it, all right? So he says, you need not be afraid, for faith is in you, a faith which can overcome anything, a conviction which no longer doubts, a feeling which reaches out into the invisible and grasps the power in its hands and draws it into our experience and expresses it in your act. And gradually, we will turn all obstructions into opportunities, all fear into faith, and all doubt into certainty. So that's our assignment. Okay, that's what we got to do. We got to make our own day by allowing ourselves to have our intentions and putting them out with that feeling and letting the universe do the work for us, and then walk with it, because faith without works is dead, right? So that we walk with the universe. It guides us, it directs us, it lets us know that there's rainbows for us, obviously. Namaste. Thank you.
Gonna have a little fun today with the old Hawaiian song called Ku'uhoa. This is about a sweetheart and featuring the lovely Amy Lee Brown. He aloha ku'ipo Ku'uhoa makau nauna noho i ke kuahiwi. Give it up for Amy Lee Brown. He aloha ku'ipo Ku'uhoa makau nauna noho i ke kuahiwi. Oi mai no kaua, oi mai no kaua Mea oi pili e kuku I ni a ka pu'u wai. Hoi mai no kaua. Mea oi pili e kuku I ni a ka pu'u wai. O ka pā kona ne. A ka mahina la huale no ka pai o pua. O ka pā kona ne. A ka mahina la huale no ka pai o pua. Haina mai ka puana ku'uhoa. Ku'uhoa makau nauna noho I ke kuahiwi. Haina mai ka puana ku'uhoa. Ku'uhoa makau nauna noho I ke kuahiwi.
That was perfect timing. Ta-da. I always feel so blessed to have you here. Just so blessed. Well, hello, everyone. Make my day, huh? Yeah. How'd y'all wake up today? I don't want all the details or anything, but I was thinking, which I do quite often, I was thinking about that idea of how we wake up and really greet the day at the very beginning, just besides, oh my gosh, what's today, and I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And last night, our cat decided that it just was going to do whatever it wanted to do. And so it disturbed some sleep. That's why I'm so mellow right now. No, but I didn't have that big of a deal about it, but when I woke up, I went, oh, that means that I lost, blah, 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 and I started doing that nonsense, Okay, now, if I went to bed at 10, and that was, I was like, I'm like going, how many years is it going to take me? But I realized, I said, how could I possibly have anything but abundance of energy if that's what I'm made of? And you might say, well, that's wishful thinking. What are you trying to do? You still need your sleep. Well, I do, but I lost some of that with little Miss Kitty, thinking that she was going to rule a house and tell me what to do, which she did. And I was running around doing whatever she needed, And so, but I digress, of course. But what I realized is that we get up and we make our beds and we make our list for the day, and we make all of this stuff, but do we really make the atmosphere that we want to live for that day? And I really thought about that, and I thought, most of the time I can, and then it gets into life, and then you start forgetting that incredible intention you made at 5 o'clock in the morning, that you were going to live this, and I said, no, I have vital energy right here and right now, and I won't accept anything less than that. Now, vital energy didn't mean I was doing cartwheels through the house, right? It just meant that I was balanced, I was aligned. And I thought, well, I want to set that atmosphere. And I was thinking of the quote from Ernest Holmes that says, a trained mind is what? Far more powerful than an untrained mind. And what does that mean when I'm saying train my mind? It means it takes practice. It really does. If I looked at my world of 8 years of being here in a ministry, I would say sometimes we give up too soon. We make that intention and we put it out there. And then that first obstruction, you go, I knew it. I knew this wasn't going to work. That Reverend Patrick and Reverend Rita. And so, I don't know whose voice that was either, but I don't digress anymore, I channel. What I wanted to let you know is that today we have an opportunity to really stop talking about it and really start living it. And I really dedicated myself to that this morning. I woke up and I just said, what is the atmosphere of my life? Not all of the details of what's going to happen today. I said, coming here this morning is going to be and is a powerful experience. It already was before I got here. What do you want to, I want to be open, vulnerable. I want to be able to give of myself, and I want that to be the inspiration, which is our theme this month. Ernest Holmes says, and I just love this, prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. Not kind of mediocre, whatever leftovers happen to be there. We're talking about prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace. Healed and prosperous in a new light, in a new life. And I think this can go beyond words. It has to, right? I mean, Rita and I are always saying, she goes, are we saying the same thing? Yes. In a different, beautiful, delightful way. Yes. And how long are we going to say it? Till we all keep celebrating every moment and say, you know what? Life is good. And it's not about, I'm really seeing, not about getting, because I've watched a lot of people get. And I love life stuff. I love a big house. I love a nice car. I love stuff like that, but that's not who I am. I am so much more, but that does not mean I leave that out. I was trapped in that spiritual world for a minute. It was very righteous sometimes to have nothing. Yep, but I got God. Yeah, I got God. And then, I can just feel this power just going, yeah, use me. Use me through you, as you. A friend of mine that I knew in my 20s, in my 20s, she would tell me about her husband. He was not in science of mind. He was not in, as a matter of fact, you don't bring up anything to do with spirituality, God, anything around this beautiful man. And he's what we called in my day, a guy's guy. And this is what he did before he went to bed, because his wife told me. It's interesting how women will tell you things about their husbands that you didn't ask. But this is what she told me. She said, when my husband goes to bed at night, he's in construction, owned his construction company. He would go to sleep and he would see himself waking up, having breakfast, going to those meetings, putting the bid out for his jobs. He would see everyone just completely, gravitating to him and getting the bid that he chose. And he would kind of plan his whole day like that and then go to bed. And his wife asked him, you've been doing this since we were married every night. And he says, that way I don't have to think about it again. And I thought, there's something to that. That if you set your intention, not of everything that's going to happen, because I also get, people will say to me, yeah, but where's the spontaneity? Well, spontaneity, I love spontaneity, and I use it quite often, but I also want to have a divine plan that I'm going to set out and then watch all my pleasant surprises come along the way, right? So yeah, Claire's husband, and he was very successful in that. When we do this work, we want the totality, the wholeness of it all. I want beautiful relationships. I want health, well-being. I want it all. I want it all. And guess what? I can have it all because we are it all. It brought me back also to Tony Robbins, who said, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. We say in Science of Mind, the universe is conspiring in my favor. And then you look around sometimes and you go, gee whiz, thanks. That's conspiring? But then we have to take that look in the mirror. What am I really about? Not what I'm thinking. Not what my thoughts. I have so many thoughts. If they all came into fruition and into manifestation, whew, look out, man, duck. Because there's a lot of thoughts going on there. I'm talking about the ones that we dare to claim for ourselves. The ones that we say, you know what? I am this divine substance. And everything that I touch turns to gold. And you dare tell me it's not the truth. No. But I need to dare to tell that it is the truth. That's the beautiful game of life that we're playing. I was thinking of, I haven't used this metaphor in a long time, but I love the metaphor of the archer, archery and the zen of archery. Remember that? That was a real big thing in the 70s, 80s. What? Anyway, at my parties it was big. But I remember the first time I went to do archery, and I had the bow and arrow, and it was in class in like high school. They had something different every 2 weeks for gym. And I remember going, that's going to be really fun. And I'm like picking it up. That's not easy. Have you ever tried to pull it back? Oh my gosh, I was like, oh, this is great. All the guys are standing around. I'm like, and I'm going, yeah, another manly moment for Patrick. But I'm sitting there and I'm going, this is not easy. That's why I love the metaphor of it, right? Of the archer. And I'm thinking, so what is it? And you're wanting that intention of hitting that result. And you're looking at it, just like I'm looking at that camera. You're looking at the bullseye and you're going, wow. But we want it eventually, after all of that, you got to relax and let go. And that's the hard one because we want to know, is it going to hit the bullseye? I love this thing. I found Zen archery concept is to visualize and bring awareness that there is no difference between the archer, the bow, and the target. By allowing all these concepts to sink into one, there is no possibility of not hitting the bullseye. And I took it really deeper in my meditation this morning, and I realized what that really meant. That meant that, no, it's not that we don't have plans, that we don't have it, but once you make that intention, and once you fill up with those feelings, I hope the people online aren't getting scared. Because I'm pointing it right there. Yeah, that's it. And you pull it back, and it's hard, but you're going, I want to hit that bullseye. Finally, you just expand, and you let it go. But this is what I've done many times. Oh, yeah. In treatment, my friends, spiritual mind treatment, we say, and so it is, we let go. But we don't always do that. We go, yeah, I'm God, I'm everything. This is what I claim. Thank you for this demonstration. Now I get out of the way and I just let it go. And I know people that go put it in the bullseye ahead of time and just go like that, yeah, just to cover their odds. Not me, of course. We got to stop chasing the arrow, my friends. When we become it, that's what Rita was talking about. Ernest Holmes says, we become the thing we desire. You want love? Oh my God, make love with the whole world. I tried that the other day. Oh no, you did not go there. What happened to this community that we used to? No, I meant anyway. I tried that idea of, because it's so great with people you love. It's like, I just love the world, don't you? Love, love, love. Until the person that we don't exactly love is right there. And you're like going, boy, I love you. And then, no, I'm just kidding. But it's that opportunity to become one with love. And then when you do, become one with prosperity, become one with, breathing. Do you know how beautiful, when you woke up this morning, wasn't it great? I mean, you breathed. I woke up, I went, you're alive. Very much alive. And Miss Kitty said, yes, you are. Food, food, door, door. So I want to, I say it often, just think what it would be like if you lived inside of me. Just think of that. If you had to wake up and you were Reverend Patrick in the mornings, how would that be? I have a really, really inspirational, not that this hasn't all been inspirational, I'm just saying that I'm sure that if you've been on the internet or anything, you've seen the beautiful woman, Jane Markowitzki, and she was the one that was on America's Got Talent, and she was on, I think, last week, the one that has cancer and the experience of cancer, and it was interesting. So if you haven't heard, this is even more inspiring than you can imagine. She came on there, and they always, I know, they pick, people that have things going on in their life. But she's this beautiful, beautiful spirit. And she came up and she wanted to sing her original song. And then they go, how do you do? What do you do for a living? And she says, I haven't been doing anything the last 2 years because I've been really sick. And he said, well, how are you doing? She goes, well, it's spread, it's in my liver, it's in my this, it's in this, it's in that, it's in this. And all the judges are just sitting there. He goes, so then you're not okay. I loved this. This is what she said. She said, it's important that everyone knows that I am so much more than the bad things that happen to me. You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. And she stood up there, and I just thought to myself, I could feel, and then everybody went crazy. It went viral and all of that. And I was curious, why did it go viral? Because there's that part of us, that incredible part of us that understands empathy and understands that this is happening to her, and she's a hero. She's our inner hero. We're all our inner heroes. But I could tell she didn't say, feel sorry for me. The worst thing you could ever do for somebody to say, I feel sorry for you, that's not going to make you want to do anything, right? What it makes somebody say is wow. And I loved it when he said, so you're not all right. And how quickly we go to that place that says, because this is happening, that there's still something to go on. And she sang this beautiful song. And she got the golden buzzer. I don't really watch it, but there's a buzzer, and the golden buzzer, and everything comes, and she goes immediately to live. And I thought for a moment, for this beautiful woman, I said, I wonder what this is all about. Because if we look at it in its little box, it looks like the girl has, a thing called cancer, and this is, and we get into the world of form. But what was the bigger picture? And I went, because she doesn't have long in the world to form, as whatever the doctors are saying. But we don't believe that. Just so you know what science of mind believes, that you can give me a diagnosis, but you cannot give the prognosis because everybody is different. You never want to tell somebody they have this amount of time or this, because it's just, everyone's uniquely their own, and they have their own things. So what I really got from her was this wonderful quote. It's important that everyone knows that I'm so much more than the bad things that happen to me. I'm really asking myself, and as us as spiritual community, we have so much going on in our life that is just wonderful and delicious. We get to talk about that too, by the way. It's okay if you walk up and somebody says, "How you doing?" And you go, "Great. Couldn't be better." It's okay with that too. And it's also okay with what I told you last week. The guy that walked up and he says, "My life sucks. It's horrible. I'm not going to bullshit you." Good. Actually, I didn't use the word bullshit last week, but it... And we're live. Okay. And then it says, you can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. Oh my God. Inside. Don't we sometimes? Soon as I get past this, man, oh yeah, then we're going to have a party. And what I'm learning now with my brothers and my sisters who are partying on another realm of existence right now, the party starts now. Party's now. And that's what I know and invite us all today. To not wait for it all to get this and get that, and soon as this, and soon as we move to the pavilion thing outdoors of CSL, then we can really call ourselves a center. Then we have been a center since day one. We have come here and we have all come together in this light. That's what we're doing with each other. We're all looking at each other and allowing each other to be who you are so that you can lead yourself back to yourself. You all walk in here for a reason. If you've known me for 8 years, this is that moment that I was just talking about when you can actually walk up to someone and say, "I love you, man." For the people that just walked in, this is a very interesting vocation that I have chosen for my life. But at least we're not pointing anybody out. I've had phone calls, I've had everything, I've had yell-outs. But Giorgio, this is how much I love you. You're my first really loud yawn. Because usually I'll get this, the polite one. Ooh. But I appreciate somebody who owns, damn, is he going to put a tag on this sucker? Yeah. Going away on a vacation. You're going to miss me. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, let's wrap it up. Who knows where your tag is going to be in your little message? So my message is this: let's party. Let's party. Let's live. Let's live life. Sometimes I just shake my head. Wow. When I write the book, and no names are going to be put in it, but when I write the book, and we say, this is the title of the book, you have no idea, and neither did we when we started. So what I have to say is I love you. I love myself. Oh, goodbye. No. Y'all, I love you. Namaste. Who cares about a tag on the title?
Giorgio. Oh, that was beautiful. But we don't take anything personally around here.
No.
Take my word. Right, Patrick?
Not at all.
Oh my God. Okay. This is our
Jesus.
this is our time of giving, of circulating our supply, circulating, giving and receiving. And I want to say thank you from CSL Kauai for all the beautiful donations that come in online and in this room and all over, and that sustain the center and are assisting it in thriving as we go forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, that's what I want to say. So let's do it. Let's sing.
I give thanks for life from my roots up to my crown. I give thanks for love that's within and all around. I give thanks for the rain, sacred waters of rebirth. I give thanks for the sun always shining on the earth. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo ke akua, mahalo nui loa, mahalo ka honua, ke kai me kamakani a me ka ua. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for we are our own liberators. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you.
Mahalo, mahalo keakua for the good that flows in and through all of our lives, allowing us to share what is ours with the Center for Spiritual Living and with the world. And so I give thanks for these gifts, these tithes, these offerings that bless the giver and the receiver in such amazing and abundant ways. Mahalo.
Thank you, Reverend Diane. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Charles. Are you going to sing some more? No? Okay. All right. So let's start with our children. Obviously, we do not have a youth center right now. We are on hiatus, but we will be back with Janice at the end of the summer. And so let's know that, and let's give our kids our blessing anyway, even though they're not here. They're still filling our consciousness, so let's do it. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yes. All right. So we just have a few announcements. Amazon Smile, I put it now in the e-blast. It's out there. And so if you purchase through Amazon Smile, you can designate CSL Kauai as your charity. I hate that word though, but we're not a charity. We're a nonprofit, but that's what they call it. And that a percentage of what you spend goes to the center, and we get these nice little checks every so often that really help. So it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a matter of designating us. And that's that. And then, okay, so the telethon that we're going to do, our big fundraiser that we are going to have this wonderful thing that we had last year on the 18th of September. And one of the things we want to do, it's called Kaua'i Alive. And one of the things we want to do is we're expressing the island. We're expressing our experiences, our music, all of that. So we want we're going to have some videos, like maybe 10 of them, short videos, like a minute to 2 minutes. Some of them might be longer, but we want you to make them. Like, what do you do on this island that would bring that concept of the island life to the people that are watching? Last year we had over 1,000 people watching our telethon, and we're expecting the same or more this year. So we really are. There's some forms out front that you can fill out and look at it, and it'll explain more. But we just do it on your phone, and then just give it to us through the email. You can download it and give it to us on a little drive, whatever. And we are going to work on putting something together with that.
Right.
So yes, I know. Like Steve Cole's going to do something on his canoe. Maybe the day that he goes out and swims with the dolphins with Natalie. So he's going to do something like that. So it's just. Doesn't have to be that dramatic. It can be anything. It could be making lays. It could be just being at the beach, just something that you want to share, all right? Or hiking, anything.
Like Janet is our mime expert here at the center, and she did one with their kids that they did a mime class with Nepal and Kauai. So there's a little segment of that. It was really an incredible thing how we reached out from the island, and so it's just bringing in our culture and doing that.
Yeah,
so
music, hula, everything.
And then there'll be live, of course, too, 5.5 hours of it.
Yeah. So okay, and then I'm doing a labyrinth walk on Thursday night from 6. It's actually 6:30 to 7:30. Why do I have that?
No.
6:30 to 7:30, not 6 to 7. 6:30 to 7:30. And if you're not familiar with the labyrinth, it is a beautiful. We lay it out on the floor here with candles, and you get to walk. Your intention, you get to open up to spirit and allow yourself to feel that and to have that experience of healing, whatever it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. It's unique to everybody. We'll do a little history, then we'll walk, then we'll talk about our experience after. It's very powerful and beautiful, and it's a walking meditation, basically. And we're going to walk for about an hour. We're going to meet for about an hour on Thursday night at 6:30. Right here. And please sign up.
Okay, so I want to talk just really briefly about our spiritual cinema this month.
Nobody's signed
Well,
up.
and the thing of it is, it's called Paper Clips, and it was and if you've seen it, see it again. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Even if you don't come here, please rent it and watch it, because it is so powerful that I'm like told Rita, I said, I don't know. Well, I'm surprised that people aren't like going, I got to see this, because it's basically a project that some kids did in Tennessee in this small little place with 1,700 people. And when they knew nothing about diversity, about anything, and they learned about the Holocaust, and they said when they were told 6 million, they said they had no concept of what 6 million was. So their job was to ask people all around the world to deliver paper clips to them, and so that they could see what 6 million. It turned into this incredible
global
experience. And the tears that I had was not all because of what the tragedy that had happened. It was the incredible teaching experience that you can have when you reach out and you never know what's going to happen. So I really suggest, if you want to be inspired, to really see this movie. I don't usually get that passionate about movies. Yes.
Sorry, Patrick. Maybe one of the reasons people haven't responded is I have tried twice, and it doesn't say, if you want to book.
Oh,
all right. Well, you can always go to the website, but yes, thank you. I'll fix that.
Thank you. If you're having trouble getting in, it's okay. Just come over to the house. We'll sign you in. Okay.
All right. So, yes. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for
letting
us know that.
Because that was kind of odd, because we're so used to a certain
which
flow.
brings me to. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So the other thing, too, is we have our 8th birthday on July 11th. Last year, we had a whole bunch of 0 people here, because we know why. There was some pandemic going on. Here's the deal. This year, we do have people. We're hoping and knowing, because we're not going to hope, I'm going to know, that this is going to be released, and we're going to be in tier 6, 7, 8. I don't know what tier it is, but it's going to be the one that says, come on back, no reservations, and partay. And so right now it's going to be just like what we're doing now. We have a lot of fun music, a lot of fun things. We're doing a fundraiser for that as well. Rob is in the process of putting a gigantic infinity sign 8 on that wall right over here. And thank you so far. The ones that are coming in, and everything's 8, 8, 8, 8, right? So we are going to give a goal amount for our 888, and it's going to be 8 million. It's going to be 8,888.88. We can do that. And so what will happen is we're going to put the names on the wall, everything with 88, and above it, everything. It just, whatever your donation is, make sure it has an 8 in it.
And then one more thing I want to say, because I want to make it real for myself, because it's taken 8 years to get to this point. I want to say that this week we hired a part-time administrator. And finally, and I want to introduce her, and she is wonderful, and she has a heart that fits our heart, and I just know she's going to just help us so much, and it's Angela. So, and we just started part-time because that's what we can do right now.
Yeah.
And we
have her 8 hours a week for our magic 8.
No. So so that will be unfolding. The first thing she's going to do is help Patrick and I get really organized. Which we really need, and so but we want to let you know that we just are.
So we
grateful.
talked about it last week, and we made it happen this week. So this is why we're having these beautiful fundraisers, and it's wonderful. So remember, 8,888. But you know what? If somebody does give 8 million, I'm not going to say we're only 8,808. Okay,
right.
so I think. Oh, I have the last one. Jeremy and Amy. You didn't have to play, but you can play Johnny. But I told him if I forgot to mention this, for him to play Johnny Cash for me. But why don't you tell him a little bit about that, sir, with the couple of
We're
events?
going to be playing music tonight at the
Okay.
Princeville Night Market. There's artists and food and good times. We'll be playing over by the food court area, just the two of us. Yep, 5 to 8 tonight. And we're also playing on Tuesday at the Anainaho Porter Pavilion from 5:30 to 7:30 with the bigger band.
And they have their CDs out in front you can get, and their CD is actually going on our birthday. Video already has been put on
It's
there.
already uploaded to
uploaded,
YouTube.
and so we're going to be playing that on. We are so busy here.
Everybody let it out.
All right, I think we're ready to wrap this
Poor
thing up.
Georgie. Poor Georgie.
Like a good yawn.
Aren't you glad I haven't seen you for a while? And he goes, oh, man.
Okay, let's wrap this up. You ready?
Okay, you ready? You know what? Today's a special day. You want to get up on your feet?
And dance.
Just
Go
get
for
up.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Shake it out.
Or not.
Who's to say what's impossible? Well, they forgot.
Oh, I like that.
This world keeps spinning, and with each new day, I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade. But in some ways, they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found.
Oh, I love this.
I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away.
All right, I don't want this feeling to go away. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for this beautiful song. And it just reminds us that nothing is impossible, that we are making our day every day, and our days are becoming more and more glorious. I know that we express the power and presence of God, the power and presence of Spirit, whatever we want to call it, that energy, that source that is everything, and it is us. And I know that we are expressing it at its highest level as we go from here. And I give thanks. I give thanks for this time we've had together, and for all the people who have served today that did sacred service. Yana and Maureen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ron Stover, whose birthday it was yesterday, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peggy Jerry, who's in the bookstore and also one of our board members, and Rob Jones, oh my God, thank you for your live streaming, and Jonathan Lee for your beautiful sound, and to Charles for all his help today, thank you, and for him being a board member also, and to Kiana for the beautiful flowers, oh my God, it's beautiful, thank you, and to Sue Buckley And to Reverend Diane, thank you for your beautiful treatment and meditation. And to Jeremy and Amy, who are leaving us for a little while, but they'll be back. And we just wish you the best on your trip. Thank you for all that you are. So let's just know and claim that we are making our day as we go from here, and as we go from here, and as we go from here. All is well, and so it is.
So it is.
Who's to say I can't do everything? Well, I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. And I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. The world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Well, it all keeps spinning, round and round and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. Hey. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody. Have a
everyone.
beautiful day.
Aloha. Thank you everyone online. Yay.